Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina and Lake Taneycomo. Jackson and I are out here doing one cast this evening. It's Saturday the 2nd of September, and I am, if you recognize the houses, that's Point Royale. I'm up in the trophy area. I've been up here for about an hour and a half. I'm probably throwing dries more than anything, and I've had 3 good hookups. Landed one about 18-inch rainbow, and the other 2 are even bigger rainbows, but I didn't get them to the boat. They came unbuttoned. In fact, I'm going to fish off this other side here. Change my mind. But I am not, well, 3 hookups in an hour and a half. That would be a pretty boring one cast. So I'm gonna, they ran just a little bit of water. We call it fish water in the evening, like a half unit for an hour or so. It kind of cleaned things out up here. But I am gonna fish a zebra midge under an indicator, about 3 foot deep. It is a number 16 black with a black head, 6X tippet down up to a float, a real small hard foam float. Not much activity up here. Still got a little bit of current. Sitting, I'm going to be fishing a little bit on the inside, not quite in the middle. Just try to stay in about 4 foot of water. There's a little bit of midging going on, but not much. And there's a fish. I wasn't sure if it'd work, to be honest. I haven't been up here. Okay, this morning, I get up about 4:30. On the mornings I play basketball. And this morning I woke up at 4 and I was awake. Gonna go back to sleep, so I thought, well, I'm gonna go fishing. Full moon. Got out about 4:30. I ran up to below Fall Creek, about where Dino lives. No, I went all the way to the bottom end of Fall Creek Dock. And I started there, throwing a 32nd ounce black and sculpin jig, 2-pound line. And I actually counted. I caught 18 rainbows. I'm sorry, 18 trout with 2 browns. I had a couple rainbows, about 14. One of the browns was 14. Everything else was less than that. They hit pretty good. Fought real good. So about 6, it's still pretty dark. I ran up here. I ran up to the tennis courts. Same thing. And I caught 12 more trout, 3 browns. I had 2 rainbows that were pushing probably 19 inches. One of the browns was about 18. Had quite a few pretty nice. Yeah, I really ought to net you, because I will break it off. So I quit about 7. It was good in daylight, and the fishing really slowed down. Nice little Rainbow. Okay. So it's fun. Now, what I've been doing, and I showed it on one cast down at Monkey Island, is throwing out, let go of the bottom, which up here is not very deep. 3, 4, 5 foot deep. And then working it real slow, just kind of popping it off the bottom, letting it go back down. I actually felt a lot of the bites. It's good. The last couple of evenings, they've been running more water and shutting it off about, 30 minutes to an hour before sunset. So it's falling out, like right now. And I've been going out. I took Marcia a couple of nights ago, a couple of evenings ago, and we went up to Dino's house, which is below Fall Creek, and we fished the drop there until dark. And she was actually, if you were a little competition, she was actually beating me quite. She probably caught the first 10 fish before I caught 2 or 3, and she was doing really good. Same technique. She probably wasn't letting it go to the bottom as much. That was impressive. But still hooking fish. We caught a lot of fish. Again, nothing big, but interesting enough. We caught, I missed him. We probably caught half rainbows, half browns, which was really interesting. Had 2 triploid browns, but they were small. Ooh, speaking of small, this year's, so they're about 10, 11 inches. That is a little rainbow. I would say that's a natural. Really, really pretty. Fat. Gotta get my hand wet. Get him off. He would definitely be brown bait. About the size of the jerk baits they throw up here. Then last evening we went out, same place. I took my neighbor Bruce, and again we caught a lot of fish. We didn't catch very many fish. What we had last night was a little bit better on size. We had some 14s and 15s and 16s. So, but when I fished up here this morning, it was definitely, the size was much, much better. But I really do like that 32nd ounce 2-pound line. I'm going to have to move out just a little bit because I'm in pretty shallow water. Less than 3 feet. Here we go. There's still just a little bit of current here. So I am drifting down really slow. They're not hitting it very hard. So that's why I got that real small float. Any touch, that float's going to move and go under. The only problem is the reflection of those trees in the background. That float's easy to get lost. Especially if you take your eyes off of it and then you try to find it. Just missed another one. I better check my hook next time I get a bite and miss it. I'm sure I didn't break it. Okay, what's going on? The real surprising thing this morning was when I left, when I headed home at 7 o'clock, one boat had come up past me about 6:30, and he went up above Fall Creek, or above, it was a jet, and he went up above Lookout. I was the only boat in the trophy area. 7 o'clock. Actually, it was more like 7:30 when I headed back. 7:30, I was the only boat in the trophy area, and I didn't hit another boat till I got almost down to River Point Estates boat route. And really, there's only maybe 6 boats on the lake going home for Labor Day Saturday. Of course, it got full, so I took my eyes off of it just for a second. It did get busier. They're catching fish off the dock on night crawlers. Dickie is above me, Steve. He had some people out a little bit ago, and the same group, and they caught their limit on night crawlers below Fall Creek. Now they're fishing for big fish. Oh, it's a little brown. Oh, he's pretty. There. Yeah, really pretty. These fish were just about almost always hit a zebra midge. And people will catch big fish on zebra midges too. Big browns, big rainbows. They'll eat them. They just won't eat them up here in the trophy area. They'll eat them down below Fall Creek. They'll eat them out in front of my place. They'll eat them in Monkey Island. Probably shouldn't do that. Don't flop, please. These flies are really hard to grab hold of. A lot of times you just barely got them in the skin in the upper jaw. So they come out pretty easy. All right, one more fish. That was a big fish. It just came up over there. He might have been chasing a little rainbow or something. I am still drifting. Really slow. So each time I throw back out though, I'm throwing out just a little bit further. So I'm not fishing the same water. The last fish I caught on a dry, and I was fishing hoppers. Here at least, I've never had a fish do this. But he came up, oh, just went to scratch. He took it under. He came up and landed down on top of it. Oh, he just tried to eat the indicator. He came up and landed on it. Just great big splash. And you know, when they come up and they're real violent on the dry, on the take, a lot of times they just miss it. And I hesitated. I'm supposed to hesitate just a little bit when they come up and eat it. And in the hesitation, I thought, there ain't no way I was going to catch that fish. Thought for sure he missed it. He didn't. That's the only one I landed. All right, 17-inch rainbow or so. Well, I should not have said one more cast or one more fish. I'm gonna move down a little bit. I'm a little bit deeper water now. Yeah, I think I might need to check my fly. If it gets a little bit of green stuff on there, they won't eat it. It's pretty clean. I'm gonna leave the depth alone. Oh, I guess he deserved to get off that nice, beautiful jump. Came up 5 feet from my float. Pretty good fish. Well, I was going to sign off just a little bit early. I guess I won't. Boy, it's hard to see that float. Really plays tricks on your eyes. There's a little touch. Okay. See if I can land this one. Oops. I don't think this is a very big fish, but it's fighting like it is. Head shake doesn't feel super big. Nah, he's not that big. Swam in the net. Yeah, it came off. Just an average rainbow. All right, that's fun. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.